Hi, Hope. It's Pam and Randy Crowson, and welcome to our vineyard, Providence Vineyard. We planted in 2017. These are the Concords we planted first. We've had several of our fellow members come and assist not only with harvesting, but also in the 2 newer acres that we've planted. Come and help with the planting.
So yeah, we've harvested, like Pam said, this will be our 4th season, and we get around 4 to 5 tons out of this 1 acre. So that's a lot of grape juice, and it's interesting to develop these vines from little plants that are this big to what you see today, and then see what they look like in the spring compared to what they look like right now. So it's and Pam said, we did this because I wanted to do something when I was retired. I didn't know how much I was going to be doing, but if anybody ever wants to learn about vineyards, you're more than welcome to come visit us.
Someone who owns a vineyard and is also involved in making wine is like a chef who grows their own ingredients. It's a craft. It's a craft in part because it's never exactly the same. One of the things I enjoy about wine is the fact that it's new every time. Even if the bottles are from the same barrel, from the same harvest, every time you open one, there's something different. Work begins with preparing the land, removing the rocks and trees along with their underlying root systems. Soil preparation involves amending the ground for nutrients before the stakes and wires are installed. Then a dormant shoot from a grapevine or a young growth from a nursery is planted. At the end of the year, it is pruned all the way down to 2 buds on the cane. Basically, it looks like you've cut off all the growth. When I first met Randy and Pam Crowson and learned that they owned a vineyard, I asked, well, when do you get to taste the first wine? They explained to me that this is a long-term investment. The 3rd year, you get some fruit, but you let it drop to the ground. The 4th year, you have a small harvest, which is fermented and aged. Between the first planting and the first bottle, several years may pass. In the winemaking industry, it may be a while before you make your first dollar, and even longer before you enjoy a profit. And the whole time, you're keeping an eye on the vines. Vineyards cannot be neglected. There's a long-term cost. When the vine dresser doesn't tend their vineyard for a year, they suffer a lot of loss and damage. It takes years to get it back in balance and to where they had it before. Anyone who plants a vineyard is looking ahead to the future. It may take a few years before you see any growth from your labor. But the wonderful thing about a vineyard is that the one who plants it and their family are going to get fruit. And even if it's not for wine, it's still a long-term investment. If you are thinking for the here and now, and only the here and now, you would plant a different crop than grapes.